your desires, to create what really matters to you. But you may not know where to begin. And there's a lot of information out there, right? And it can be confusing. Here's the thing. To create what you desire, what really matters to you, you have to start with the end in mind. Too many people who begin creating what they want or what they desire with a focus on their current circumstances, right? On what's happening in their life right now. And you do need clarity on your circumstances in order to know what you want that's different, right? But having that clarity doesn't necessarily help you change your circumstances or move towards your goals. So to change those circumstances, you have to work backward from the desired result. And that's the same for creating what you want, right? Because you want the different circumstances. So it's all the same thing, but you have to start from the end result with the desired result or the end result in mind. And then take action towards that's going to move you towards achieving that goal despite your circumstances. So a focus on what you have or experience right now keeps you stuck. So for example, if you want to start your own business, you're looking at your current circumstances possibly, and you believe you can't take action towards that goal unless you quit your job. But right now you need the income from that job, so you can't quit your job. So you feel stuck, right? You want to be an entrepreneur, but you believe you can't given your current circumstances. So that leaves you waiting for your circumstances to change before you take action to achieve your end result. So using the same example of wanting to start your own business and be an entrepreneur, right? Imagine your end result, having a business and being an entrepreneur, right? And you have clarity on your desired circumstances, and you can focus on achieving that goal, right? So you're doing it, you're focusing on that goal of being an entrepreneur. Your current circumstances haven't changed, but your focus has, and your attention is on the future, not the present, not your current circumstances. It's on what you want to achieve. It may be even on having already achieved it, right? And that allows you to focus on what you can do right now to move closer to your goal, despite your circumstances. You need to be focused on that end result, not on your current circumstances. Focus on the end result, and you'll begin taking action towards it. Again, your circumstances haven't changed, only your focus. So then we have this issue that you also need to change how you perceive yourself. Instead of seeing yourself as someone whose circumstances prevent them from pursuing their goals, see yourself as someone moving towards your goals. In this case, with our example of entrepreneurship, see yourself as that person, someone who takes action towards being an entrepreneur and having a business. See yourself as someone who already is an entrepreneur. See, that's the best thing. Real magic happens when you see yourself already as that entrepreneur and as a successful business person, or whatever your chosen result is. Maybe it's not business, maybe it's health or writing a book or something else. But by being that future self right now, you'll begin to take the action that moves you towards that goal. Okay, you're going to develop the habits and the mindsets of a person who has already achieved that goal, and that allows you to take the action to get your desired result, get to that end result. When you see yourself as already having achieved your goal, you're going to work from that end result. So it's like working backwards, right? You choose to be the person who has the end result, and you have this new identity. Basically, I always talk about identity. So you have this new identity, and it gives you new mindsets and habits, and then you act like a person who's already got that end result, who's already achieved that goal. Identity and action always align. Decide who you want to be first, okay? Decide who you want to be. Will you choose to be a victim of your circumstances, which is what's happening if you're waiting for your circumstances to change? Will you be a victim of your circumstances and unable to move towards your goal until the circumstances change? That's a choice. Or will you choose to be someone who believes having that desired end result is inevitable, Like, you know it to be truth. You know you're going to achieve that end result. Are you going to be the person who knows they're going to achieve that desired result, and therefore you behave as if you've already achieved that goal because you see it, you see yourself having already achieved it. And I'm sure you realize that the first choice isn't going to move you forward very fast or very far if you're waiting around for your circumstances to change, if that's who you're being, right? It's probably not going to move you forward at all. The second choice of actually seeing yourself as someone who can and is moving towards your goal, that's going to get you the end result you want. Now, you need to begin taking action toward creating your end result and being someone who knows that end result will be yours sooner rather than later. And that's when the magic begins to happen. Your actions actually call spiritual forces together to support your efforts. And you've probably heard the saying that the universe or God or source or creator or divine mind conspires on your behalf. And that is exactly what happens when you act toward your desired end result, if you're taking action. So a power greater than you begins to support your efforts to change and your circumstances. And that's when you get desired results, the ones that you really want. And that you end up with the end result, the end result, right? So to understand the spiritual concept of the universe conspiring on your behalf, imagine you want to travel by car somewhere like from New York City to Chicago or to LA, or from, if you're in Europe, from Prague or Paris to Prague, right? The end result of your trip is reaching your destination, right? Still, planning, you begin planning with the destination, the end result in mind, right? When you're planning your trip from New York to LA, you're planning with being in LA in mind, right? So that's how you're going to get there, is you're going to say, that's my end result. Now, how do I get there? So first you have to know the destination to map out your trip. Like using any GPS system, including Google Maps or iMaps, you have to know where you want to go. Plug that destination into the app, right? And next, the app is going to plot for you a path, right? All the directions from where you are to where you want to go, from New York to LA, right? And metaphorically, the app figuring out those steps needed, for you to take to reach your destination is the universe. It's the universe or God or creator providing the steps you need to take to get to your end result. And that's with everything. The trip thing is just an example. But you put your end result into the universal GPS, and it's going to show you how to reach that destination. Now, that doesn't mean that you sit around and wait for the universe to tell you the next turn to take, okay? Once you've plugged in the information and gotten your map, you have to take some action. If we use the example of driving from one place to another, or even let's just go back to our example of being an entrepreneur. So you set out on the journey to be an entrepreneur, and you put the destination, a successful business of your own, or whatever other goal you have, into the GPS, right? And it gives you a map to get there. But next, you have to do something. So we're back to the metaphor of the car, right? You have to turn on the car, and you have to put your foot on the gas, and you have to begin driving and steering. You have to take some kind of action. And the essential travel plan and arrival time all change based on how fast you drive and in what direction, right? How many U-turns you take. And if you take a different highway, rather than the one recommended by your app, where you accidentally turn right instead of left, the GPS program is going to alter your direction, right? Or your directions, not your direction. It's going to give you new directions to ensure that you reach the end result, your destination. But these changes in the initial plan, right? So you map in, put in your destination, successful business or entrepreneurship, right? And the universe says, here's how you do it. It begins to map the steps, and they show up kind of with intuition or opportunities or synchronicities and all those things. And then If you change something, if you don't do something, it course corrects as necessary, right? You make one decision and the universe sends you opportunities and signs or suggestions like make a U-turn. But it's up to you to pay attention and follow the guidance that you receive. If you don't, it doesn't mean you won't get to your desired end result. It doesn't mean you won't get to LA. It doesn't mean you won't get to the successful business. You're just going to get new directions, new messages, okay? You don't really, for that reason, you don't really need to worry about making a mistake, which is what holds a lot of people back, is they're worried about the wrong step, making the wrong step or taking the wrong turn. The universe is going to send you a new set of directions every time if you get off course. It just does. And then you follow those. Or you don't, but you'll always get a new map every time. And you use your end result as your true north. You know, the true north is the direction that points directly toward the geographic North Pole, wherever that is for you, right? It's a fixed point on the Earth's globe. You have to see your end result as your true north, as a fixed point in your future. Always move in that direction. And if you've decided you're lost and want to give up, you're going to remain wherever you found yourself, right? Because you're not going to listen to the directions. You're not going to take action on the new directions. And your new circumstances won't change unless you take a new action. So you need to take a step in the direction of your true north. Move toward your end result. And you begin to see the path forward again. So you're never lost. You just have to take a step. And as long as you remain focused on your current circumstances, where you are now, your true north will be obscured from view. Because you're looking at your circumstances. You're not looking at your true north. You're not looking at your end result, right? You won't know how to, or see how to move in the direction of your end result. So you have to start with the end result in mind and be someone who can achieve that goal and take action that consistently that moves you in the direction of that goal, moves you towards your destination, moves you towards your end result. And that's how you will create it. That's how you create that end result, that desire with the end result in mind. So I'd love to know, do you start with the end in mind? Or are you focused on your circumstances? Tell me in a comment down below. I would really love to hear. And yeah, let me know. Because I know it's not always the easiest thing to do, but we often are too focused, just our current circumstances overwhelm us. So yeah, so let me know down below. Thanks for watching this video. And if you haven't met me before, I am Nina Amir, the Inspiration to Creation Coach. I am a certified high performance coach, as well as a transformational coach. I love help people get from here to there, to get to their end result by being someone who can take the actions that help them create what it is that they desire, what matters most to them. So if that is of interest to you, click on the link above. It's going to show you how to work with me. There are several different ways you can work with me as your certified high performance coach, your transformational coach, in group coaching, or in my Inspired Creator community. And if it's not open when you click on that link, you can get on the waiting list. And yeah, and if you don't know the best way to work with me and you'd like to have a little chat, there's another link that gives you access to a 15-minute soul alignment session with me. And I'd be happy to talk with you about how we might work together, what programs are best for you, or just have a chat and see where you are and if there's a way for us to work together. So all of that are in the links above. And that's it for today. Until I talk to you next time, as always, go out there and achieve more inspired results.